GLS Solicitors is led by award-winning solicitor Harjap Singh Bhangal. GLS Solicitors, when the experts need an expert.
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਯੂਕੇ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਆਏ ਆ ਦੇਖੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਹਾਊਸ ਆਫ ਕਾਮਨਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਉਣ ਦਾ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਇਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਗੱਜਣਗੇ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜੋ ਮਾਂ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਟਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਯੂਕੇ 'ਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੂਰੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਜੋ ਹੈਗੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਨੂੰ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ ਇਸ ਹੱਦ ਤੱਕ ਕਿ GCSE ਔਰ A ਲੈਵਲ ਜੋ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਿੱਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਸਿੱਟ ਕੀਤੇ ਬਚਪਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 91 ਤੇ 93 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 1993 ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਹੋਣ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਸਨ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੁੱਕਾਂ ਵੀ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਦੀ ਬੁੱਕਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਾਸ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ A ਲੈਵਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਜੀ ਡਾਕਟਰ J S ਨਾਗਰਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਕਸਰ ਕਦੇ ਬੜਾ ਸਨਮਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਕੌਣ ਇੰਡੀਵਿਜੂਅਲ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਫੇਮ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਥੇ 5 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਡੋਨੇਟ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੋਈ ਪਲਾਕ ਲਾ ਦਿਓ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੱਲੇ ਦਿਓ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਰੂਪਾ ਦਿਓ ਇਸ ਇੰਡੀਵਿਜੂਅਲ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਛ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਛ ਕੀਤਾ ਪਰ ਕਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਚਾਹਿਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਾਊਸ ਆਫ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕਰਨਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਾਮ ਦੇਣਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੀਮਾ ਮਲਹੋਤਰਾ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ MP ਆ ਐਂਡ ਆਲਸੋ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੁਆਇੰਟਲੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਡ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਜੋ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੁਣ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਸ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਨੂੰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰੀਏ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੌਮ ਲਈ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਲਈ ਲੋਕ ਅੱਛਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਵੋਰਡ ਦੇਣ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਅਫਜ਼ਾਈ ਦੇ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਜੋ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਟ ਕੀਤੀ
ਵੈਲਕਮ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਯੂਕੇ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ 100 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਜਾਂ ਸੋਚ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਜੇ ਮਸੀਂ ਹੈਵਲੌਕ ਰੋਡ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਬਟ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ a lot of thank yous are in order. Thank you for yourselves for coming. Thank you for Seema Malhotra who has arranged this lovely venue, arranged a day in conjunction with ourselves. Thank you most importantly to Dr. Nagra ji. Today is possible and because of Dr. Nagra ji who plays an important part in a lot of lives of people my age and onwards without actually meeting us or knowing who we are. But we all know who Dr. Nagra is. So it's like almost like saying we all know who Dharminder is, but Dharminder doesn't know who we are. So for us, he's our hero. And my interaction with him came at a time when I was at the age of 14. I knew how to speak Punjabi, listen Punjabi, but I didn't know how to read and write it. So I said to my mum, why don't you teach me how to read and write Punjabi? And so she did. And in about 8 weeks I picked out. And then I thought, is there a qualification I can do in this? Like an exam? And it turned out there was. There was a GCSE to do in Punjabi. And I was thinking, well, how am I going to know what questions are on there? How are we going to know what books? You know, every other GCSE you can read books from. So I did my research and I found out, actually there are some books. But I lived in Havering, which is pure, full of, Gori British people. And there were no books available. So I had to trek all the way to Verdi Brothers in Southall, where it's one of the only places where you could get them. And there were these orange books, Punjabi made, they changed in colour now, but these Punjabi made easy 1, 2 and 3. They were plain orange and blue writing. And I've still got them at home. Laughed a little spare when I get them along with our graduation photos. But so it was used through these books and through the GCSE Panjabi book, which I think was green at the time, that we actually got the hostler that actually I'm going to have a go at this. I'm going to have a go at doing GCSE Panjabi, and why shouldn't I do a qualification in my mother tongue? I did that, got an A grade. I remember when I sat my exam, and a true story, there was a room this size. I was in front of a desk with a paper there. There were 3 invigilators, like we're sitting here. And I kept on thinking, you can go home because who am I going to copy? I only need one person here. Why is there 3 of you and there's 1 of me? And I was the whole one in the London Borough of Havering to sit this exam. For me, I'll always remember that. So, and that was Bidaulat of Dr. Nagra sahab. If he hadn't written those books, if he hadn't introduced GCSE Panjabi, the A-level Punjabi, I would have 2 less qualifications. That is a big deal. Everybody says कि ਆਪਾਂ ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, and that's not true. Especially ਜਦੋਂ ਗਾਇਕ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਚੋਂ ਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਕਮਾਈ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ. But actually ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ is this, ਜੋ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਨਾਗਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਖਾਦੇ, ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਕਮਾਏ ਇਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਟਾਈਮ, ਆਪਣਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਖਰਚ ਕੇ not only gift of knowledge and education ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਰਗਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਜੰਮੇ ਆ but ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ language ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋ. He made it accessible and he put us on a par. My English A-level is worth just as much as my Punjabi A-level. My English GCSE or my history GCSE is worth just as much as my Punjabi GCSE. And if we can do GCSEs in French, German, Spanish, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do one in Punjabi. And Punjabi is a lovely language, it's a wholesome language, it's a language you've grown up speaking and listening to. It's a language which a lot of people are attached to now through music and through films. And it provides for big industries. So for us, Dr. Nagra was this figure who we'd never seen on the end of a phone. मैं चेता मैंने एक बारी phone किया कि paper ही नहीं मैंने मिलता सी, past papers I couldn't get any. So इन्हें तो मंगाया. So they posted me up the stamp on lucky. And they posted papers to my house. I looked at them and then I realized what was going on. And the same for when I did A-level and texts. Then I had to buy the books, the books that my dad had read, but I hadn't. So Piranda Praga and by V. Singh Sundari, Pavitra Papi by Nanak Singh. Those are my 3 chosen books, which I had to do a GCSE on. And people were asking me, the other people in my class in school, that must be easy for you. You must GCSE Panjabi and A-level. I said, no, I've got to do an essay on it, on White Kedarnath and Flana. And I said, essay karna pena. And for me, it was a great source of pride, and it'll always be that. And how this came about is because, one, we feel that Dr. Nagra's contribution needs to be recognised a lot more than perhaps what it has been, and that he deserves this, truly does. And actually, me and Seema were sitting down and talking, and we were just talking about how I did my Punjabi GCSE, and I said, do you remember them orange books? And she said, yeah, I remember those, and because we'd all read them. And I said, well, J S Nagra. She goes, yeah. I said, well, this is what we should, this is good. And Seema said straight away, we should honour him in Parliament. And I thought, amazing, what an idea. I said, no one's ever said that to me or suggested that to me, and nor have we until now had that sort of access. Now we do, we have a lot of Punjabis in Parliament. In fact, Seema is the first Punjaban MP, female MP in the UK. So that's a great landmark in itself. And what better way than for Punjabis and Punjabans to honour one of our leading servants of the language. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਟਰੂਲੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ. ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਖਿਚਾ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ 10 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਡੋਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਿੱਤੀ. ਜੋ ਇਹ ਡੋਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਇਹ ਅਮਰ ਰਹੇਗੀ. This is not something that can be eclipsed because it set a foundation. And for us, it's great. It's a source of pride. Dr. Nagra is a source of pride for us, for anyone who sat at GCSE and A-level Punjabi. And we hope with this to restart a campaign for more kids to do GCSE and A-level Punjabi, because that would be the ideal legacy. Imagine if we could say, as saal apan 1000 ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ GCSE A-level Punjabi karaye. That would be a fitting crown for this achievement. And I'm thankful for everybody here who's come here, that we can celebrate this event in this place deservedly. He deserves it. It's a source of pride. I'm proud of Dr. Nagra. Seeman is proud of Dr. Nagra. I can only imagine the pride that his family must be sharing. You should be damn proud of your dad, man. You should be damn proud of your dad, and you're damn proud of your husband. It's what he's achieved. It's amazing. If we achieve even 10% of that, that's a great legacy we leave behind, and a great individual. And Once again, thanks for coming in. This is why we're here. I'm going to pass over to Seema Malhotra MP and Minister.
Good evening to everybody and welcome to the House of Commons. Thank you, Dr. Nagra, for giving us the opportunity to invite you and the family and others from the community and to be able to have this evening together. I will just echo a couple of things that Harjap said, and it's absolutely true. I think we were at your house.
We were at my house, yeah.
Having a chat a couple of months ago, and then I said about a month ago, I said, shall we do this? Let's give it a go, and then we managed to make it happen. But I think in both of our hearts was this genuine feeling that you are an unsung hero. That you have been a legend, but the Dr. Nagra behind the books that are in all of our houses, none of us knew. And the service that you have given to the community in taking the vision of making Punjabi language accessible and ease of learning is, I think, a tribute to your vision, not just for how we should be able to share the language, but also the accessibility for future generations in the UK. It is, to me, something that should be looked at again in our communities, not least because Punjabi is one of the top 3 languages now spoken in the UK.
Wow.
And so in terms of our connection with communities, in terms of the strength of that relationship between our diaspora communities, in terms of how important that is for how we deliver public services, being able to make sure people can be understood, is extremely important. But I think for those of us who were growing up, second generation, depending on where you are. For me, for my parents who had come in the 60s, my mother teaching Punjabi as a mother tongue, using your books in the schools, having them at home, trying to teach me. Though we think when we were growing up, they were more conscious of us doing well at school. So they felt that we should be learning English first. And I think that the contribution my mum was then able to make to generation of children after that to support them in mother tongue, as well as in English learning, was, I think, based also on her experience of the choice she had made for us in a different way, but how the love of Punjabi language has stayed with us. And I think Gurmesh Aunty, who's here, for a short while was also my Punjabi teacher. And probably still will be, because I still want to do GCSE Panjabi. May not be as fast as I would have thought.
We can fix it now, we're in power.
I think feeling like my life, even though it's incredibly busy, at least has a little bit of stability, maybe for a few years. It is a wonderful opportunity, and it's wonderful to feel that we have that opportunity. And it's worth just mentioning how Dr. Nagra has been so pivotal, because he played a vital role, as Harjap was mentioning, but in establishing the first A-level course for Punjabi, and was chairman of the O-level and A-level preparatory subcommittee for Punjabi, and was chief examiner for GCSE Panjabi for about over 20 years, 22 years. And recognising the lack of textbooks, didn't just talk about it, but went on to create, therefore, his own educational materials. And I think is it still over 50 books that you've authored over the years? I mean, that is a huge achievement. And it's a huge gift to the community, and it's a huge gift to the country. And so I'm really, really pleased that we have the opportunity today with your family and with some of our community here to be able to recognise that contribution here in Parliament, because it is truly a national contribution too, in terms of access to the opportunity to study Punjabi language wherever you might be in the UK. And I think with us, if we carry on this little partnership, to look at how we can encourage that more across our communities. And I'm sure that with all of your ongoing support, seva and love for the whole community, that this will be something that we will continue to be successful in as a campaign, not just for language, but how we continue to give confidence in our Punjabi heritage, history, traditions, and our links with Punjab. Thank you, and it's an honour to welcome you to
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm very, very grateful to Harjap Pangal and Seema Malhotra, MP, who said many things about me and my work. I am really very grateful to both of them for the launch of my book in the Parliament House. I had never thought that it will be launched in the Parliament House. Also, I never thought that I would teach Punjabi and write books in Punjabi in British schools before coming to the UK and after. Even in the UK, my first job was teaching mathematics in a secondary school in Coventry. However, the circumstances convinced me to start teaching Punjabi along with mathematics. I have a very limited knowledge of Punjabi language and do not consider myself an expert in Punjabi. Although the school where I was teaching started to teach Punjabi in some classes, there were no suitable Punjabi books and other teaching material, as there were no computers in those days, and worksheets had to be handwritten, which was very, very time consuming. The things have changed quite a lot since then, and now teaching Punjabi is much easier than it used to be at that time when I started. I remember the nights I carried on working, making worksheets for the students for the next day. Now the teachers don't have that sort of problem because there are now suitable books for them to teach. At that time, I found teaching of mathematics was much easier than teaching Punjabi. It is because in Punjabi there were no teaching materials and no books, proper books, and for me it was a challenge because I started the first school, in my opinion, the first school to start teaching of Punjabi as a timetable subject was Sydney Stringer School, where I was teaching. Now, because I started teaching Punjabi and I was determined to carry it on, so I had to do something about it. And then I started writing books in Punjabi. My first book was O-level Punjabi, which was my handwritten book at that time. And I remember we printed about 300 booklets, and I used about 50 for my own school and left about 250 at Birdi Brothers. Because at that time there were no facility at all in this country. And then those 250 books went so quickly from Birdi Brothers because other schools did not have any facility. Now that encouraged me. I contacted so many publishers British publishers or Asian publishers, none was prepared to do anything about it. Now, because I started and I wanted its success, so I had to do something myself. My decision to safeguard teaching of Punjabi in school and to develop teaching of Punjabi in school, something had to be done. Now, nobody was doing anything in this country in this field. Although there were so many writers, good writers in the Punjabi language, but nobody did write anything about the education of children or suitable children's books suitable in Punjabi. There was now there was GCSE examination. There was no A-level examination in this country. Because we were teaching Punjabi for some years and producing GCSE candidates, or in those days O-level first, and then GCSE candidates every year, and there was no A-level Punjabi for them to carry on. And then I prepared something. We made a case to introduce A-level Punjabi in this country. As I wanted to make some comments, which so many students wrote about me in Harjap's interview with me in 2012, and some of the comments were very good, and I wanted his permission to use those comments in my book. And then when I approached him and asked him his permission, he gave me the permission, and I promised him that I will send my book as soon as it's published. So when the book was published and I sent a copy to Harjap, I never thought that Harjap will do this, what he has done today. And so after he received the book, after 3-4 days, I received his telephone call and told me that he wants his book to be launched. He asked my permission whether he could launch. He said he wanted to launch in London. Could he do it? I was so happy and so excited and accepted that. And so that's how he contacted Seema Malhotra. And I never met Seema Malhotra before. Now, because I worked in Hanslow, I had heard a lot of things, good things about her. And I never met her before. It's only today that I met her before, though I knew her quite well. Anyway, Seema Malhotra, thank you very much for doing this for me. And I had never ever thought that it will happen in the Parliament House, right? So it was Harjap Bhangal and who initiated it. So I am so grateful to both of them that they have given me so much respect and said so many things good about me. Perhaps I don't deserve that praise. And I'm an ordinary man. And I don't know, usually my family knows I get very emotional and on these occasions, it is very difficult for me to speak when so many people say a very good thing about me. Right? Anyway, thank you very much again for doing this for me. It is a great honor to me that you have done it. Thank you very much.
Nagra Sahab, thank you very much. Thank you. And you are more than deserving of this. In fact, sometimes we use the word legend very loosely. He's a legend. Kids nowadays, oh, he's a legend. But actually, true legends are people जिन्होंने पूरी अपनी उम्र लाई है किसी दी सेवा च, किसी चीज़ दी सेवा च. And you are truly, for me and for Seema and for all of us here, there's many people you haven't met yet who you have contributed to their life. You have made them get into uni. That Punjabi A-level has got them into uni. when they didn't have enough points to get through, and that Punjabi A level gave them the 6, 8 or 10 points that they needed to get through. And they are now doctors, they are now barristers, lawyers, businessmen, MPs. So we are grateful to you, and they haven't met you, they haven't had the opportunity of being introduced to you because you haven't put yourself in the limelight. है ना, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਢੋਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪ ਵਜਾਉਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ, ਪਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਦੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਵਜਾਇਆ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਮੂਹਰੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਆਹ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ, you've been a name at the bottom of a book. But it's important for the whole community to realise that what your contribution has been. It's been immense. You are a true legend.
Thank you.
True legend. And if anybody deserves to be honoured in Parliament from the Punjabi community, here in the House of Commons and Parliament, it's you. It's you. We wouldn't, you deserve the highest accolade, and there's nothing bigger I could have thought of. And it was just, we were just having a chance conversation and just sitting on the sofa, and I said, and Seema goes, well, let's do this. And I said, that'd be brilliant. I've got this book here, it's coming out, Seema, this would be a perfect opportunity. But more importantly, let's honour the man and let's show the person, let's show the world, this is Dr. J S Nagra, here he is, Coventry ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵੀ ਪੈਰ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਲਓ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਿਲਣਾ, ਸਾਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੌਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਾਧੀ ਕਿ ਇਹੀ ਹੁਣ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੇ, ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਆ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕਰੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਇਮਾਰਤਾਂ ਰੱਖੀਆਂ ਆ, ਇੰਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਐਵਰੀ ਵੀਕ, ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਕਰੋ, and truly you are deserving of this. And like I said, ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ 'ਚ ਉਸਤਾਦ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਸਿੱਖਦੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਗਾਣੇ 'ਚ ਹੋਊਗਾ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ 'ਚ ਹੋਵੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਉਸਤਾਦ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੰਮੀ ਡੈਡੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ. They're legends. My second ustad then is your teacher, and Dr. Nagra is your teacher. What do your mum and dad tell you when you go to school? ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਹਿ ਜੇ ਟੀਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਛ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਵੱਜਣੇ ਅੱਜ. And what was the most fearful day of the whole year for us as students? Parents' evening. And the worst thing was half of us had to act as interpreters. We'd be the only kids at parents' evening talking to the teacher and telling our dad, "Asha ki gandi hai." Nahi, and aa gaya. And then you feel like, "Ye tanu samajh aandi hai, to mainu kanu leke aaya." So for us, it's Dr. Nagra is that ustad. He's the teacher, and he's on that level. So there's few people on that godlike level. Your parents are one, your teacher is another one, which we're taught to respect. And Dr. Nagra, you're well deserving. I couldn't think of anyone better in our community who deserves it. And props to Seema, respect to Seema, because she didn't flinch once, she recognised it. And this is amazing, the fact that she's here now and she recognises people from our own community, from people we come from. Her mother was a teacher and she's seen these books. She learnt Punjabi from these books. You can't make this stuff up, can you? And there's so many people out there, people who are judges, people who are big businessmen, people who are worth millions, if not billions, who've read this book and used this book to pass an exam. And they've got points from it, got a certificate at home. GCSE, joint matriculation board ke na. I remember JMAC or JMB, JMB, right? My certificate at top te likhya hai JMB awards GCSE Panjabi to Harjap Bhangal, and this is a grade. I still got it, and I used to think this JMB. Does it just do Punjabi or anyone else or any other languages? But it was amazing. That's an achievement in itself. On the same letterhead where English GCSE or history GCSE or British government and politics GCSEs, to have that. We'd like to thank all of you who've come here. A special shout out to Zara, who works with me and runs all of our social media. Without her, it wouldn't have been possible. I was Canada baiठा ਸੀ last week. Brampton ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਆਪਣਾ. Seeing the next generation of Punjabis ਭੰਗੜੇ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ town square 'ਚ. Seeing all of that, seeing the old Punjabis moan about them. Saying, "Oh no, we kharab karde hai." And it's Zara who, and along with Seema's team and Eleanor, and who've organised all of this. And like I said, it's a great day for us. It's a day to celebrate, and this is exactly what events like this should be for us to celebrate the best in our community, so they can go out renewed vigor and go out and do better and get better. Not that you can do any better than introducing an A level in Punjabi, but ਆਪਾਂ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ. I know you get emotional. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ emotional ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ. And but this is emotional for us. ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ emotional ਹੈ. ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਦੂਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਨਵੀਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਆ. And ਤੀਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ accept ਸਵੀਕਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ contribution is worth celebrating, is worth recognition, and is worth the word legend. Do you want to look at true legends? You look at this now.
I want to say one more thing. It is only because of my wife, my family, my 2 sons, my 2 very nice daughter-in-laws, and my grandchildren, 6 grandchildren, who have kept our family very happy because of a happy atmosphere. So at my home, I could work because there's a calmness and everybody respects each other, right? And it is because of my wife, and she is so calm, and everybody respects each other, and so I'm very thankful to all my family, and who, when I told them that Harjap is doing this, and they were all willing to come with me. Apart from the 3 grandchildren who couldn't come because they were in school. And so thank you very much again, and thank you once again, 2 of you, and Zara as well. And she kept me informed all the time. Even today I got her message, which I conveyed because other people did not know anything. I didn't know anything about the Parliament House, and I couldn't advise them, but you come from there. I couldn't give them any instruction, but it went very well, and I thank everybody who came here to attend this function, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Nagra. ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਦੁਏ ਤੇ ਦਿਨ ਲੜਦੇ ਰਹੀਦਾ ਘਰ 'ਚ, ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਲਿਖ ਸਕੇ. ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਭਾਂਡੇ ਤਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਖੜਕਦੇ ਆ. So, Seema, I'd now ask you to say a few words and present Dr. Nagra with our award there, which we've got.
Great, thank you. Well, look, thank you so much. And this is a great honour. We're about to present an award. I think we'll see where whether we do it here or do you want to do it? Stand up.
Yeah,
and do
standing
it,
up and do it, yeah.
And make sure we take lots of photographs. But a huge thank you as well to Eleanor, Rahul and Harjap, who are here and making sure that things are going smoothly. I will just say on my day, it's a funny day that you have as a politician. This morning I started off in a school in Feltham.
Oh yeah.
Then I was at the college in Feltham.
Oh yeah.
And we opened a new logistics hub for jobs in the logistics sector.
Good.
Then I was in Parliament leading a debate on the situation of people from Hong Kong in the UK.
Yeah.
Then I was in the Home Office dealing with a few other things.
Yeah.
And then I raced back here to join you this evening.
Thank you very much.
And they said to me in the
Thank
Home Office, are you doing something special tonight?
Thank
I said
you.
yes.
Thank you very much.
I said I'm doing something very special.
Thank you.
We're honouring a legend in Parliament
Okay, thank
who,
you very much.
though he didn't know it, has been a part of all of our lives.
Thank you.
So it's a great pleasure to, I think, do the award. Should we do it now?
Yeah, we should.
we do teachers training together.
People and organization of Nagra myself.
Speakers and the AQA, head of AQA for modern foreign languages, is a part of us. We do joint teacher training meetings, and she is the first session for 1 hour. So she does health and safety instruments, and especially in supplementary schools. Right? And the second generally talks about the benefits of how to promote Punjabi. So for the last 4 years, we are working together along with APA, and our number increased A level. 3 years ago it was 108. The year later it was 112. This year is 169. So we are
It's awareness,
increasing.
yeah.
Right. So when the government stopped in 2015 with G and I and Mr. Kandal, we took a lead and we made actual action group. And we started the first movement to maintain A-level Punjabi in this country.
Which was abolished
And
when you came over.
Gurjeet took.
Yeah, that's quite sure.
You must remember making
Exactly. We met with the MPs in the Labour Party and Conservative Party. When I left my school, there were over 500 students doing Asian language. We had Asian studies department. We had 5 teachers in my team, and I was the head of that. And then 2 were Urdu teachers, 2 were Punjabi teachers full time, and 1 was Gujarati teacher, all paid by the city council. And it was because of my pressure, because of our community pressure at that time. But now I feel so sad that even headmasters of ours, number of students taking GCSE are not much as I would have liked. So we would like to, I think with your help, our meeting will have
It'd be
more
excellent.
status.
It'd be excellent if you can join us, Pradeep. And one last thing I would like to mention, actually, Seema Wali, or now you're a minister and a leader. Pradeep ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ.
Whole text which I have written. I have written about my wife. My wife is, I can't see something very properly. Yeah. My wife is a very kind, calm, caring, intelligent, and highly educated lady who has played an important role in the well-being of our family. My success in life is in my professional career is largely due to her love, cooperation, and support. During my illness, several times she has prayed for my life. I will expand more on that. She always makes sure that I take all my medicine every day on time. I do not even know the names of all the different tablets I take every day and when to take them. But she does. She has kept me alive as she looks after me so well. Since I suffered a serious illness in 2003, she has never left me alone and always accompanied me to all my teacher training sessions throughout the UK and other functions I attended.
Dr. I think it is all due to your humbleness as well, because I haven't seen such a humble person in my life.
On that,
Very humble. Now he has a lot right, he has contributed to the community. He never bragged about it that I have done that, I have done that. We always reminded him, Dr. you should come out and tell people that what you have done. But he says, let the people know themselves. So he's a very, very humble person, and we appreciate that, Dr.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
on that, ਮੈਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਦੋ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੂੰਗਾ। ਮੈਂ 1978 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੌਗਨੀਟਿਵ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ। ਐਲਮ ਬੈਂਕ ਟੀਚਰ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਟੀਚਰ ਜਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ। ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਰਾ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ, ਰਾਈਟ, ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਨਾਲ ਜਗਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਵੀਰ ਸਭਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀਰ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਵੀਰ ਇਸ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੀ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਜੋ ਵੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਛ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਆ, ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਹੁਨਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ। ਮੇਰਾ ਵੀਰ may not be the best speaker, ਮੇਰਾ ਵੀਰ may not even be the best writer, ਪਰ ਦੋ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ, ਕਮਿਟਮੈਂਟ, ਉਹ ਇੰਨੀ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਕਿਸੇ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖੀ।
GLS Solicitors is led by award-winning solicitor Harjap Singh Bhangal. GLS Solicitors, when the experts need an expert.